we're talking about a token created by Russia, right? But what is that token, A7A5? Who built it? How it works? So we have some key actors here, right? So the ticker, it's A7A5. The smart contract runs on Ethereum and Tron. The legal issuer is Old Vector LLC. And also we have a custody in Russia from the Bank. And also last year, actually after 2 weeks after ETH Cluj 2025 ended, OFAC, Office of Foreign Assets Control, designated the token as a bad thing for the ecosystem. So how it works? So it is a ruble-pegged stablecoin engineered to move Russian ruble value across international blockchain rails, while keeping, of course, the reserve in Russia. So we have the reserve banking. Each token is backed one by one with Russian ruble. And we have the Bank, which is a state-owned bank, of course, sanctioned in Russia. So then we have a company called A7 LLC operating as token, which means the new tokens, right? And then we have the cross-chain transfer. We have Tron and Ethereum. And also the Tron, unfortunately, is the primary volume chain due to near zero fees, of course. And also we have 50% yield incentive. They created an incentive mechanism in order to gain more people and onboard them. And also we have the three-layer A7A5 architecture. We have the bank in Moscow, which holds the ruble reserves, and the token is also guaranteed by the Russian state-owned balance. And also we have the Old Vector, which is a company in Kyrgyzstan, is the formal legal issuer. Basically, they are the one that mints the token. Of course, in Kyrgyzstan, they don't have AML policies. They are super safe right there. They don't have like what we have here in Europe or US. And also we have the Garantex or Grinex, the exchange from Russia. And also, of course, another OTC desk that converts the token into USDT and then in fiat. Also, of course, Greenex was also sanctioned, of course, and also the domain name is also seized. And then why the Western freezes fail in this situation? Because reserve is in Moscow. We don't have jurisdiction to enter in Moscow or also to apply sanctions to actually seize the assets. There is no tether dependency, of course. We cannot freeze it. And also there's a lot of legal shells in Kyrgyzstan. And also, of course, we have DEX and OTC distribution. The thing is that last year, one DEX managed to finally block the pair, A7A5 USDT. And the mastermind is Ilan Shor, which is a very controversial person from Republic of Moldova. Maybe some of you know him. He's a Moldovan oligarch, convicted fraudster, Russian asset political operator, and also the central intelligence behind the A7A5. He managed to run with $1 billion. A few years ago, he went to Israel and then in Moscow. With that money, he created LLC Vector and then the token. So we have him, which is a mastermind. It's actually younger than me, 1987. And then we have the Shore Party Network, which is a bad party in Moldova. Which is, a Kremlin-funded political movement designed to destabilize EU integration efforts. And then there are a lot of sanctions on the, in fact, I'll show you 1 second. I'll show you exactly. So there is the official Office of Foreign Assets Control website, and we see the company Old Vector LLC, which is funded by Ilan Shor. It's in sanction list. Also, we have him as an individual. Ilan Shor. He's double. He runs. He used to stay in Israel, and then he moved in Russia. And also, he's been on the sanction list, even after a few weeks after he ran with the money. Continuing. Yeah, and also we have the political finance using the token. The token has been used to buy political influence, bribery, selling oil, as I said, selling guns, and also basically all the bad stuff that is happening in this modern hybrid era uh, ecosystem, that if I can say that. And also we have the commercial holdings, because of course they have a lot of companies related to this thing called A785. So we have Avia Invest, Jolly Allen. They were also used has been used as vehicle in the 1 billion bank fraud scheme. After he was exiled, he created this infrastructure, and then yeah, as I said, it's continuing to do bad things. Regarding the entities, we have all these entities, yeah? So we have, of course, the mastermind, Ilan Shor. He's Russian in Moldova, in Israel. He's directing, and also one important thing, he kept 51% of the tokens. Because yeah, why not? you know? So he holds the majority of the tokens. He's, of course, it's on the OFAC sanction list. Old Vector LLC, which is his company, in Kyrgyzstan, A7 LLC slash Taken, of course, the minting operation. This is the company that actually mints the token, of course, and also burning. The bank from Moscow, Promzias Bank, of course, OFAC sanctioned as well. This is the custodian entity that actually holds the rubles. And also we have the exchanges from Russia, of course. The domain, as I said, was seized last year. If you try to access Garantex, it's on the blacklist. It also deals with the conversion A785. We have the Grinex, which is he's been like a second, like the baby of Garantex, Grinex. A Hong Kong node, and we have, yeah, of course, different nodes that are involved in this operation. Basically, over-the-counter companies or gateways in Hong Kong, in Dubai, and in Turkey, which are used as an exit or fiat off ramp or on ramp. And yeah, these are the entities involved in this. Yeah, join the club. I'll take a grab. Yeah, you can ask her to come. Huh? Okay. Okay, and then this is the entire circuit, right? Ilan Shor. So this is the sanction node, the high risk node, and the exit. So we have Ilan Shor, which is the principal. We have the bank. We have the convection. The old vector LLC, which is basically converts rubles into the token. The exchange happens here in this pro. I'm not sure if can you see it, or do you want to make it bigger? Yeah, it is with fine. Yeah. Yeah. Of course, the political party is also involved because back in the days when they had the election, the police managed to see some relationship between the token, Ilan Shor, and the party, and also they've been involved in manipulating the election in the Republic of Moldova, and also the bank. And then, of course, we have the nodes, the exit nodes in Dubai, Hong Kong, and Turkey. Yeah, so some words about the bank. Is the most critical node, of course, in the A785 architecture. As a fully state-owned Russian defense bank, it transformed A785 token from a commercial crypto project into sovereign financial weapon. And the thing is that I think more or less half a year ago, more of the Russian vloggers managed to create videos in which they try to create like tutorials how to buy token using their infrastructure. Of course, we don't have access to that kind of infrastructure, but they have. And also the TikTok, the YouTube Shorts has been almost flooded with Russian paid vloggers that are using really convincing, let's say, mechanism to make you buy the token. Oh, it's the new tech, the new digital, you can use it on daily use. Yeah. However, they don't know exactly that this token is sanctioned. This token it's used as at large scale in doing bad things. So yeah, as I said, it's full state ownership. It's sanctioned. The reserve custody, the bank holds all the ruble reserves. This is by design. This is how they managed to create it. And also it's immune to Western sanctions because it's in their courtyard. What else? Yeah, it also processes conventional ruble denominated defense contractor payments and A7A5 crypto minting operation, creating a deliberate regulatory ambiguity. Basically, traditional AML mechanisms don't function in that ecosystems. We have nothing to stop them. Back in the days, when they first used the token on Ethereum, of course, we were able to block all the transactions. But now they moved to Tron because last year in August, I think, the DEX managed to block the pair. And also, as for the no, sorry, why was the bank chosen? Of course, it's a commercial Russian bank. It's almost the biggest bank in Russia, and also it's managed by the Secret Service from Russia. And also there is the jurisdictional gap. Where, as I said, back in the days, Tether holds the reserves, the reserves in U.S. banks. But the thing is that in Tron, as you know, there is no blocking mechanism that we can use, we as Europeans or in US, we can use to block them. So they moved from Ethereum to Tron. And as the workflow, the step one, sanction entity deposit rubles into the bank. Yeah, and then step two, after the confirmation, the company A7 LLC mint the equivalent A7A5 token, right? It's 1-to-1. One A7A5 token equals one Russian ruble. And then Old Vector LLC mints the token. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, and of course, traditionally, the tokens are sent to the depositor's wallet. Of course, and then A7A5 transferred to guaranteed GreenX and swapped to USDT or routed to over the counter desk. And as the timeline, 2017, yeah, it was the conviction for Ilan Shor, 1 billion Moldova bank fraud. Of course, a lot of mess was, yeah, 15 years sentence. He then moved to Israel and then Russia. Russia, of course, OFAC it's listed on every single sanctioned entities. And then in 2023, after the Russian war started, he created the Old Vector LLC, launched the token on Tron. The company is incorporated in Kyrgyzstan because why not? And the A7A5 token goes live on the Tron blockchain with initial reserve banking, right? And then he gets 2 billion in USDT liquidity on Garantex. Because again, why not? 2 years ago was like peak operations when Russia was like on the edge, let's say, when they were almost trying to create new ways of trying to evade sanctions. And then it was like 41.6 billion in transaction, which is like super huge. Of course, only 495 million equivalent in US dollars. But the thing is that it became the number 3 most traded token, which is like crazy in Tron, yeah, by volume. And then in last year in March, the seizure for Garantex happened. 25 million USDT was frozen by Department of Justice. And then in August, the company A7A5 was added, as I showed you here in the OFAC. Okay, and also the thing is that if you run a company, if you are a person running in compliance, legal, um, you need to know that by default you need to flag as sanctioned, to flag only in transaction in and out that are related to this token. So we have the smart contract in Ethereum, which is this one. So basically, any transaction in and out that are related to this contract should be flagged as suspicious, and also multiple investigations should be performed at least level 5, because they are using multiple hops in order to obfuscate the transaction. And also they are using swaps, they are using chain hops. Um, and even though that transaction looks like, yeah, it's okay, no, it should be treated as high priority risk, and also should be flagged, and also all the policies, AML policies, should be applied. Um, yeah, and also one important thing is that in some ways there is a legal act called MLAT, Mutual Legal Agreement, that can be used between multiple countries or entities in order to investigate some aspects related to this token. For example, if a company moves funds using neobanks such as Revolut, yeah, for example, a person from Russia converts the token, holds USDT or Ethereum. It then moves Ethereum to his personal Revolut account and then converts to fiat or whatever. It should be automatically flagged. The thing is that in practice, it's not happening, you know, because this kind of investigations area that I'm involved in at the moment is not widely covered. And the thing is that people are trained as crypto forensic investigator, but their background is like from legal. They don't understand all the mechanics of the blockchain. So you cannot call a person crypto forensic investigator if he only managed to take his Chainalysis crypto investigation course. He's basically a user that he's trained to use a specific tool. From my perspective, a crypto forensic investigator should be software agnostic. He should have multiple skills and experience using not exactly investigation tools, but knows exactly how a swap works, what a DeFi is. He managed to lose money because when you lose money in crypto, you tend to have like a extra set of eyes when you investigate things. And yeah, of course, we have a lot of, I'm not sure if the time allows us, but a lot of things going on here. But one thing I want to show you, yeah, why it's critical. Of course, as you know, in blockchain, immutable transaction, yeah, it's every mint, transfer, and DEX swap is permanently recorded on Tron and Ethereum. As I said, it bypasses the traditional AML policies. We have cross-chain attribution, real-time seizure capability we have here, but multiple crypto forensic investigation companies back in the days, I mean, last year, managed to seize some funds related to a 785 token. But I want to show you here how the crypto energy transfer network flow it is. So we have, well, sanction state, yeah, Russia, Iran, and then we have the conversion here. And I wanted to show you this because last year they managed to use Uniswap to swap A75 to Ethereum, sorry, to USDT and then to Ethereum. So it was so much easier back in the days to evade sanctions and then move on with the funds. Then, of course, Uniswap, after so many people reported the pair and then the smart contract attached to the token as malicious or suspicious, Uniswap managed to block this. So if you want to trade now on DEX, there is a big message right there. So you cannot use the DEX. And also, and then the Grinex was involved in the equation, and also the Hub series, as I said. The thing is that even though the transaction looks like from Europe or from US, they are using a centralized exchange like Binance, for example, as a hop, as a proxy. So it looks like the transaction is legit. However, they are moving funds from hop to hop and using a centralized exchange as an obfuscation layer in the layering process of money laundering. So even though a transaction looks like clean, it not necessarily is clean, you know. So from these um, um, entities should be any transaction related to this entity should be, of course, you can throw another set of eyes on the transaction. Also, of course, you need to have in place specialized team like money laundering reporting officer in a bank. You need to have like really qualified person that know how to create a SAR, suspicious activity report, or suspicious transaction report, you know, to how to interpret a transaction which looks suspicious. And also, as for the investigation methodology, first of all, check if the address is sanctioned, as I said. Yeah. Then, of course, you need to use blockchain analytics tools in order to detect, as I said, with multiple hops or chain hops. And then cross-chain Tron Ethereum tracing. There are specialized tools like Chainalysis, like Theorem Labs, Elliptic, Crystal, Merkle Science, Metasleuth, Arkham, a lot of them that can trace this kind of conversion, because almost 3 or 4 months ago, they added the whole infrastructure on their investigation tool. And also created the wallet attribution modules, let's say. Wallet attribution is when using OSINT methods, open source intelligent methods, you can attribute to a wallet address, you can attribute a name, an entity, so on and so forth, or a sanctioned entity. And then, of course, you need to map the full ecosystem with all the transaction in and out, all the swaps, all the chain hops, so on and so forth. And using the help of prosecutor, you can freeze the tokens if you can. If you cannot, well, I'm sorry for sorry. I'm sorry for your loss. As case case study. I'm not sure if we have time. Yeah, 12 minutes. 15 minutes. Are you sure? 15. Pinky promise. Of course. Nice. Yeah, so we have over-the-counter identification. Yeah, unlicensed OTC broker in Dubai managed to transfer almost 500K. And also using specialized tools, they managed to see that, oh, this is related to A7, A5 token. And as steps, they see the exchange wallet in Chainalysis. Reactor is a tool from Chainalysis. Chainalysis is a crypto investigation platform. Of course, they managed to identify the flow in USDT, applied heuristic methods in order to see patterns, transfer patterns, cross-chain checks, monitor, of course, Telegram and OTC advertisement from this address, because in this kind of situation, using a crypto forensic investigation tool is not enough. You need to apply some OSINT methods, open source intelligence, cross-pollinate ideas with peers, monitor all the dark web, Telegram, so on and so forth. And you can gather the data using some tools, and of course you can see the whole map. And then yeah, submit KYC subpoena to exchange. Basically, it's a legal procedure that only a prosecutor can do. In here, we as investigator, we have kind of we are, yeah, more like frustrated, because we do all the heavy load, the heavy work, and then we know that this is the guy, but we cannot knock on Binance's door and say, Binance, this is the guy, you know, freeze the funds. No, we cannot. So we need to create that legal document, and then only the prosecutor, using mutual legal agreement procedures, can knock on Binance's door and say, dude, Ahmed is using A7F or Igor, whatever, you know. Yeah, but we managed to help them as much as we can. So this is why we tend to create more awareness around. Yeah, sorry.
So the Roman servant gods, Roman Sverlingov was prosecuted by Chain Analysis over Bitcoin fog, even though he didn't use it, and he's now in prison for years. Can you comment on the the impact of the forensics and what you think the industry could do better?
Yeah, the thing is that when you use crypto forensic investigation tools, doesn't matter if Chainalysis or Ethereum, doesn't matter. We can see as much as the blockchain can show us. If, for example, that person used identity as a service provider and rented his identity to third parties in order to do bad things, he would also in the end lead the investigation to him. The thing is that, yeah, there's a missing gap. I agree with you. There's a missing gap in which some tools that used to be like manual now are being automated by the AI, and also from time to time they kind of, you know, provide false positives. So this is why, yeah, the case it's really well known in the space. But the thing is that we should use AI and digital the not like holding the supreme truth, but just more like guiding lines from my perspective. So yeah, I'm not sure if I
One of the exchange hacks last year was attributed to North Korea
yeah,
because
Lazarus Group, yeah.
one address overlapped. But as far as I could tell, the only evidence was they sent the funds to one address.
Are you referring to the Bybit hack or what?
Yes, the Bybit hack. Um, so it cost them less than 1% of the proceeds to give a false positive to
It's
some
marketing
other
money for
bad
them,
actor.
yeah. In fact, I investigated that hack. In the end, there were like 26,000 addresses involved in Tron, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance, Arbitrum, and some other. I think there were like 7 blockchain involved. Well, and Solana as well, yeah.
How many of those addresses overlapped known uh, Lazarus group?
That were the so those 25,000 were like the primary addresses, but from that addresses they managed to, you know, create layers of transaction, thousands of transaction. And also on the Binance they managed, and Binance, Solana, and Ethereum, they managed with the funds and managed to create another tokens, create pairs in indexes. So basically created meme coins on Solana as well, on Pump.fun, with the hacks, with the funds from the hack. And then they managed to gain more money using the meme coin and also the shit coins, as we call it. Yeah. So yeah,
Why do you think they chose Tron as their main blockchain?
from obvious reasons, I guess.
What's the obvious reason?
You can freeze USDT, right?
Okay, then do you think it's that
You cannot do it on Tron.
well?
Yeah, but the thing is that on Tron you can also, you have that an extra layer of anonymity, and also an extra layer of, let's say,
Do you think it's that censorship resistant? As why would they do it?
yeah, I guess. And also Russia is close to China. China is almost, they are good friends with Northern Korea.
Okay, so probably
So
some
basically I think it's the
business
culture.
relationships or
I think
something
it's the
like that.
culture because they are in the region. So yeah, but you know, a lot of we can also, of course, speculate until 4 a.m. in the morning. The fact is that
Oh no,
companies.
I just wanted to ask you if you have any information why they chose specifically Tron.
Oh, not exactly. No, 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 no.
And another thing, do you know the origin of the name A7A5?
So the A7, so
A7A5.
yeah.
So
So
the name of the token.
the token, the origin, not sure exactly. No.
So if you read it in Russian, so if you replace 7 with the T, you have it on the first page somewhere.
No, no,
Yeah,
no.
and if you replace 7 with a T and 5 with S, you get atas.
Ah,
And
yeah,
in
we can.
Russian, it's a call to fight.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can speculate that. Yeah, tas. I remember. Yeah, no. Yeah, which is true. Yeah, actually. Yeah. Yeah, if you have any more question, I'm all over internet on LinkedIn, Gabi Dumitriu or gabidumitriu.ro. And also you can ask me anything related to this kind of information. gabidumitriu.ro and also on LinkedIn. I think this is it because there are a lot of stuff going on after this workshop. Thank you for having time to listen this and yeah, stay safe. What can I say?